Welcome back to 3 Old Tech Dudes. I'm Nathan again, and we're going to go part 2 of the Commodore monitor repair. Now, cleaning it up is something we'll do at a later date. Right now, I just wanted to get the thing working, which last time, if you remember, we replaced this horrible speaker with the one that's in it now. And it makes noise. So yay! Speaker works. Awesomeness. So now we're going to fix this power cord that's just ugly. And I'll show you how to do that. So first we'll shut the thing off. And we're going to unplug it. Okay. So you see how the whole thing's hooked up. It's relatively simple. Nothing truly impressive. You just got 2 leads, 2 wires here. Of course this is unplugged. I'll show you. It's plug dangling. Plug. Don't ever touch this on hot. So it goes through this little clip holder and gets soldered to the board right there. So we're going to replace this because, yeah. No. It's just no. So first of all, let's get it out of this clip. This is a slidey clip. Easy clip off there. I'll try and let the camera watch as much as I can. There we go. What a crappy design. Okay, so got it off finally. Here. After using a couple extra tools, I was able to actually get that thing off. Let's see if I flip it around. I'd like to go see what I'm doing. There we go. So you have to pop it from the bottom. It's like hinged into a couple pieces here, so I used a little screwdriver just to pop it. It should hinge up and come right out. So now we're going to desolder these 2. Oop, don't solder anywhere. Get my iron hot and see what it is here. Oh yeah, good and hot. I thought about just cutting these and seeing if it can come off that way, but I wanted to try this first. Yeah, that's why, because it just slips right off. So that way I'm not having to hold it with a pair of pliers. Yeah, I would recommend highly that you clean this first. Let's see if I can get you a better picture here. Flip you back around so I can see. Alright, so I'm just heating this up. Oh, down there. Hold it on. And you just got to heat it up. You start to see it flow in rather. Once it does that, then it's starting to heat up. And you should be able to just pull this off carefully, not fast. That should just come right off. Alright. Now, I'm going to clean that up a little bit. Get rid of that ugly cord. Alright, some guys use solder wick, solder braid, whatever you want to call it. I think solder wick's actually a brand. Chemwick is the actual brand of it. I am more of a solder sucker kind of person. So this is just a basic desoldering tool. Heat that up again with a little bit more solder. There we go. Put that on there and you just suck it right up. Now what there is, there we go. You've got a little tube right here that the wire actually goes into. So I'm just gonna see if I can get better. There we go. Better angle on that and just suck that dude dry. Alright. That worked. Same thing here. Okay. Now, I'll show you what that looks like here real quick. So you can see the two holes right here and there. That's where the cord goes in and gets soldered tight. I'm sorry about hand holding this, but that's the only way to do this. Alright, so I have a old DVD player I don't care about. So I cut the cord off of it. So we're going to fix it and put it in its spot. So get the two wires, black and white, which I know it doesn't show up well on camera, sorry. So I'm going to strip back a little bit of this insulation very carefully. If you get it wrong, you just cut it off and start over. Same with there. Okay. Now you want to make sure you didn't nick into the thing. And then you just basically pull it off. So did I? No, I dented it a little bit, but that's okay. Because the whole thing will be inside this thing anyway, so as long as you nick the metal, usually okay. So I'm going to strip back a little bit of each one of these. Then I always take these, Then I always take these and I twist them a little bit more. Really just because they're solid. Big old wrench, that'll hold it in place. Okay, so we're going to take our solder and our soldering iron, clean the iron off. Okay, and we're going to go in here, we're going to let solder flow down one of those. So let's see if I can zoom in and show you the other one here. Okay, so you see this one. This one's done. This one's not. Okay. So what I'm going to do, clean the tip again. Time for new sponge, pretty soon, I think. And I'm just going to go up to the end of this. I'm going to have solder. Heat the solder up. And just work my way down. Okay. Typically I go the other direction, so if it dripped off, kind of show you what I mean. So if you do it this way, you can heat it up and then you can take the excess off. Okay. So you wind up with two tinned, this will actually use a little more solder, but that's okay. Two tinned ends. Put one back in there. And we'll get the camera out of the way a little bit and put that one in there. Get it up there, come on. There we go. So you see how those go through. I'll go in here and solder those solid. I'll start with this one. Okay. And now we'll make sure that one's still slid in there all the way. Slide her back through, yeah, it's slid in, okay. Alright. And we'll solder it. Make sure you clean your end each time, your tip each time. Okay. A lot of people get that nice little ventilation system thing going. I don't have that yet, but let's see if it'll focus. So that's how you get that solid. Basically, you want to make sure that these don't come out, so it should be good and solid. And then we'll fish it through this thing. So that slips through here, comes out this hole. And it's not a very nice holder design. I'm not really thrilled with it myself, but it kind of sort of works, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Personally, I'm not impressed with it. It was like an early idea, I think. So, see that right there. So let's see if I can get that a little bit more. Really kind of bump into place there. It's almost ridiculous, isn't it? Okay. It's absurd having to use a wrench for that like that, but okay. So this kind of stands out here out of the way. These are still connected. This goes through this bizarre wire clamp. And then comes out. And now I have a new end. Alright. So the first thing to do is make sure that everything is clear of anything that can be hurt and you haven't bumped or knocked loose anything. And then let's turn it on. Power it up. Still get our beep. And we still have a good picture. So what I've got is, you can see a mirror down there where you can see me. Hi. But you can see the front of the picture. So what you need to do is maybe have that a little closer, but that's the kind of thing you do. So you're going to take a newt stick, which you can buy from, like Parts Express has them, I'm sure. And on the back of this, you can see where it says screen and focus. Focus does exactly what it sounds like. It literally just focuses the tube. So you take it fuzzy, all the way through nice. Screen adjusts your initial brightness. So if you take it high, you can see retrace starting to come in the line. So you really want to set this with black and then flip over to white. In this case, I'm going to show you what they do, because I've got to do full setup on this anyway. Okay, and you've got a few other bits and pieces. So you've got vertical position, which if you can see it, I'll adjust it here. See it goes up and down. So we get that centered. You've got your vertical height. It'll shrink down to be bigger. You've got your vertical linearity, which you can see it kind of tweaked the center of this. So basically you need a crosshatch, looks like a grid image to set this right. That's okay, because I'm just showing you what the controls do. Now you're always adjusting it with this. You're never adjusting with a screwdriver, because you could get hurt. Badly hurt. Okay, this is called a Kenny board. And the funny thing is JVC made these. But you've got your 3 gun controls with, let's see, green drive, red drive. You've got green cutout, red cutoff, or cutoff, or not cutout, red cutoff, blue cutoff. But you notice this green, and there's no blue, because that's where they're using is probably as the center gun. So it's probably blue is your standard, and then you're adjusting everything else. I'm not sure how they actually set this one up, but and on the back here, just real quick, just to show you a few other bits and pieces in case you've never seen it. Get your audio input, Luma Chroma. Yes, this is actually capable of an S video signal. So I think I'll tighten that one up on here. You can get a S video to split out, which gives you Lumen Chroma separately and have a really good image. This TV did it before it was even a thing. But you got your signal select front and rear. This switch can get a bit noisy, and again, it's one of those you can just clean enough with deoxit and it's fine. This has actually been a really good monitor. I'm already loving this thing. The fact that the picture tube, I mean, seriously, I'm going to zoom into that there. Hopefully it will actually work this time and I'll go out of focus on me. So you can see me in the picture. So you can see how clear that tube still is. I mean, it has a beautiful, beautiful image on it. For being the original, definitely the original. I say that. Let me make sure. Oh yeah, that's the original. Okay, so being the original picture tube in this thing, it looks really good. Couple things to note though for safety things. If you're replacing the power cord, make sure you place one with capable of the current level that this TV can draw, which I believe is 1 amp. I'll put that down at the bottom. So it needs to be probably 18 plus gauge, could be 18 or 16 gauge wire. This of course is all for the US and really in Canada too, because we're on 120 volts. When you get into the European world where you're 220 volts, or in Japan where it's 100, I don't remember what. I think Australia is also 100. Yeah, throw these numbers out because they don't mean anything. Because your voltages are higher and everything else, so, or lower depending on where you're at. Yeah, so it's been a pretty good one. I'm really loving this thing, and it looks great. So that's the nice thing, and it's the monitor to actually go with my Commodore 64. Yay! So replacing the speaker is pretty easy, and I am not getting any kind of color discoloration rather. Let's go over to. I think I can do this from here. And I don't know what it says. Let me see if I can zoom into the set there. Yeah, there we go. Of course, it's backwards. The breakout, I think it is. Oh, yeah. So as this thing's flipping through colors, you can easily tell if the magnet from the speaker is causing an issue, because it will cause discoloration. So I'll just let this flip through the colors. That's funny. It's actually that. This is blue, the previous one was purple. The camera didn't catch it very well. But you can see that the blues are good, the red everything looked like a solid color. So you didn't have discoloration through like here to here to here. It's around the outer edges of this thing, so I'm using a new stick for this point, but it's going to be too small. Yeah, but you have discolorations up in the corners and things like that. And this one is looking amazingly good. So I'm going to call this a functional machine now. And the only thing it requires now, which we'll do in a future episode, is cleaning it. And yeah, we'll go through that then. Anyway, it's Real Tech Dudes. I'm hoping you enjoyed this, and I hope you go through restoration as one of these old beautiful monitors, because they are just a fantastic thing to have with your Commodore or your Atari or whatever. They're just a great monitor in general. So if you enjoyed this, hey, give it a thumbs up, give it the like button, or share it with your friends, let them know. We definitely could always use that. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. You can also check out my channel at Citizen Nerd. So you can just type it in, you can see my face coming up with a bunch of other things. And it's more synthesizer based and stuff like that. Check out Timmy's channel. I'll put links to the bottom. I'll put them probably at the bottom of the screen here, but I'll put the links to in the description field for all those. Hey, let us know what if you had one of these back in the day, or if you still do, if it's still working, if the picture looks still really great. It'd be awesome to hear. And if you guys have some other ideas that you want to see us try and play around with, or see if we can find, that's the funny thing, is to see if we can even find it. Shoot us a message, or put it in a comment field, and please leave comments. We do read them. We try and get back to them as many as we can. We have more time right now with the COVID thing going around, but hey. Anyway, guys, take it easy, be safe, stay healthy. Probably should stay indoors away from other people. Not your family. You can stay close to your family that you live with. But yeah, social distancing is definitely a difficult thing at best. But yeah, we want to save the people who are most vulnerable, of course, and that would be mostly our elderly, which we've had a lot of that hit here in our nursing homes around where we live. So it's a bit of a sad thing. So let's just try and be safe and be kind to each other because, yeah, we're all in this together. You guys be safe. I'll talk to you later.